Morning, Chicago. I'm Edward Sterling. It's a marvelous day out, just maybe not so great for some certain people, I suppose. Our first news story from earlier today, bringing you breaking news of the death of Mr. J. Gatsby, which we have right here. Tragic. Here with us today we have exclusive guests to talk about their relationship with Gatsby, Daisy Buchanan and Nick Carraway. So let's welcome our first guest, Miss Buchanan. Hello, we are so excited to have you here. How are you?
I'm just lovely, darling, overfilled with joy, happily married to Tom. And in April, it's our daughter's birthday.
That's wonderful! But please, would you answer some questions about Mr. J. Gatsby's death?
Oh, well, it was tragic, but what can one do?
Tell us, how did you meet Mr. Gatsby?
During the war, I met a cute boy in a uniform, which was Jay Gatsby.
Ah, how long ago was this?
About 5 years ago.
That's a very long time. Is that why you didn't wait for him?
It was right before he left to war. And yes, the truth is, rich girls don't marry poor boys. While things moved along, I met Tom and we got married.
Adorable! What can you say about his parties in Long Island?
I had gone to one of his parties with Tom, and it was fun, yet Tom kept babbling his mouth about him being a bootlegger. Personally, Gatsby just told me he owns some drugstores. A lot of the drugstores he built up himself.
Right you are. We found out after his death that he owned side street drugstores here in Chicago.
Tom said that was how he bought his home and became rich by being a bootlegger. And I just remembered. Tom and I are leaving soon to Europe while we wait for Ernie home.
That is splendid. Well, I believe that is about it. Thank you for your time. We'll see you soon. Come on in now. Please take a seat, Mr. Carraway.
Thank you.
My well, please do tell us, what do you think about Gatsby's sudden death?
Well, it was sudden and unfortunate.
How did you know Mr. Gatsby?
It so happened to be because of Daisy. She was my cousin once removed, and I'd known her husband in college.
What kind of relationship did you have with him?
He was a close friend.
Did you attend any of his parties?
Yes, when I moved in, I received an invitation, but when I showed up, it seemed to be that I was the only one with an invitation. Then I realized that all types of people had come to end up at the party.
That is odd.
People accepted Gatsby's hospitality and paid him the subtle tribute of knowing nothing whatsoever about him. Gatsby's notoriety spread about by the hundreds among them, and so became authorities upon his past.
How so?
Somebody said they thought he killed a man once. Others thought he might have been a spy during the war, and even being related to the Kaiser, and his contemporary legends such as the underground pipelines to Canada. When he told me about his past, I had reached the point of believing everything and nothing, he said, coming down from a rich family, being educated in Oxford. At Oxford, the rumors weren't crazy true. The truth was that J. Gatsby of West Egg, Long Island, sprang from his platonic conception of himself.
Right.
He had come a long way, and his dream must have seemed so close that he could hardly fail to grasp it. Didn't know that it was already behind him.
What was his dream?
To repeat the past.
Why?
After his embarrassment and his unreasoning joy, he was consumed with her wonder of kindness.
Who?
Daisy.
Daisy Buchanan?
They're careless people, Tom and Daisy, who smash things up and then retreat back into their money and vast carelessness, or whatever it is that keeps them together. leaving other people to clean up their mess.
You seem upset.
She didn't send flowers, no message, nothing.
Horrible. My condolences. But go on.
His father came back to attend the funeral. Henry said Gats and I only, no one else.
Well, he was a man with illegal dealings. I'd think not many people would want to have a tie with him.
So it seemed.
You know, Nick, I'm glad you came. Feel better, all right?
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in, sir.
I'm Rosie Crow here, outside of Jordan's golf tournament. Let's hope we can catch a quick interview with her. Miss Jordan Baker, can we get a quick interview with you? Huh?
Oh, sure.
Okay, bye. Jordan, tell us about your acquaintance with Gatsby and his parties. How do you feel about them?
I heard he was an Oxford man, although I don't believe it. I just don't think he went there. Anyhow, he gives large parties. I like large parties. They're so intimate. At small parties, there's never any privacy.
How interesting. Do you think it was a coincidence that Gatsby also bought a house across the bay from the Buchanans?
You know, it wasn't a coincidence that Gatsby's home was across the bay. He purposely bought it in its location to be closer to Daisy. I think he expected her to wander into one of his parties some night.
Don't you think that's a bit strange?
In a way, it can be because he was stuck in the past and not focused on the present.
What a delusional man.
One would say so.
Did he not become upset that people came to his house unwelcomed?
I don't think he minded throwing those parties because there was no privacy at those parties. For a moment, people could be anonymous. I think because it was so large and loud, you don't have to be socially there, but just physically there. That was Gatsby from what I could tell.
What do you mean?
Never really goes to his own parties, just goes to see who's there and disappears. It might have been rude to others that he didn't greet his guests or that half of the people didn't know who he was. Why do you think so many people thought he killed a man once? Or grew up in Germany, or that he was in the American Army during the war? Oh, I don't know. I can't say I really know the truth because I didn't know him so well. Sad story for the fellow, I'd say.
My, well, so much for that Jay Gatsby. We know he's in a better place, let's hope. Thank you so much for watching. That concludes the show. Have a nice one, everyone. Catch us later for your weather of the week.